showing little thought or judgment. Aram san, sahi kaat, sahi. Do not do that, you silly boy. A silly mistake. It was silly of you to go out in the sun without hat. Stupid. Some people are too stupid to realize what's bad for them. Foolish to quit her job like that. Silly. It was silly of you to go out in the sun without a hat. Crazy. You had to be absolutely crazy to marry that man. Dumb. She was terrified of asking dumb questions. Embarrassed, afraid that people will laugh at you. I feel silly in this dress. Silent and foolish. Not important, serious or practical. She gets upset over such silly things. We are served out drugs in these silly little glasses. Items, drugs, laugh, etc. Yourself silly. Silly, lacking a lack of thought or judgment, not serious and not showing so much intelligence. Silly grin. I watched another silly movie last night. Silliness. It is time to stop the silliness and get serious. Examples of silly. It was perfectly alright to say silly things. Know how silly it came from ancient burial forests. Further afield and was blown off course. But this is a silly question, at least for anyone who takes just seriously enough to raise it. Unfortunately, if not surprisingly, each of these senses in isolation comes off sounding rather silly. It is silly to focus on achieving spontaneity or plagia in what one does, so the observation goes. To ask whether it is real or authentic is a silly question. When the time came for the experimenter to elicit these words, she told the child that they would now be playing a silly word game. I found this argument to be rather silly. Firstly, जी पढ़ना तो छोड़ इसकी पढ़े थे स्टार्ट कर रखना पत्र रखा हम साए थे. However, only the silly word game productions were compared with child productions. These questions are all silly for integers because we treat integers as values, not objects. ठीक है, आज already. I'm not suggesting that it is in principle silly to think that behaviors of this sort could be underwritten by genes. The experimenter told the child that she would say some silly words and the child should repeat the silly words back to her. The idea of total transparency is silly if not incoherent. Children were told to read some silly meaningless words. What they probably mean is that they are afraid to sing in case someone thinks they sound silly.